I got respected in that dangerous place in Lima quite quickly. I got respected by the criminals and the most dangerous guys over there. This guy that I'm talking about, uh, he was very proud because his surname, last name was Mata. And Mata means like matar, kill in Spanish. And he was proud of frightening other people, himself being like a killer. And he actually, to tell you the story, after this, you know, he wants to give me his beer. I want to give you beer, you know. And I said something to him, and I went to the gym to train. And when I got back from the gym, got back home. People at home and my wife's family were like, "Do, what has happened with Mata?" They already knew that something had happened. "What has happened? This guy is very dangerous. Please be careful." I said, "No problem. We just spoke. And be careful. This guy, he killed somebody. He's very dangerous." He was dangerous. That was obvious to me, but I was dangerous too now. And I got the respect of all of the criminals in that place, and people started... You know how people started to call me there? Commando. Freaking commando. Imagine that. How did all of this happen? Chiric Sanango, te cura o te mata. It made me it made me have this, and this was 11 years ago, and up to today I feel this in me. When something happens, some dangerous situation happens, I get into some dangerous place where somebody wants to attack me, I have this power in me, this aggression, that it comes, I feel so powerful, I feel I can just... I feel powerful. and now I'm the freaking commando. It's funny, it's interesting, it's very remarkable to me. It had changed me. Now people look up to me as an example of masculinity, as example of courage, as a real man. What a change had happened in me. What a change. Another thing I wanted to say before I forgot is that after this Chiric Sanango experience, when I got back to Lima, I was still... so many things were happening in me on the energetic levels. Also with this exorcism which I have done, and my realization, remembering of my childhood and how I met this boy who frightened me and who said that I should not say to my father, you know, that I had frightened him, that he has frightened me, otherwise he would kill my dad, and I believed in him. And therefore I stopped trusting in my father. I couldn't connect with my father. I felt like I don't have a father who... I don't have a father figure who would protect me, right? For all of those years, since I was 4 or 5, until I was... when I dieted this plant was 11 years ago. Now I'm 37, so it was... I had 26, I guess. So from 5 to 26 years old, more than 20 years, I had this split relationship with my father. But after this dieta, I remember how I would, in the nights, I would wake up in the nights overwhelmed by emotions, and I would go to the toilet. I would literally fall on the ground and I would cry and I would sob, shaking myself and saying, "Father, Father, I have a father. Father, I know you love me. You have never forsaken me. You have never left me. You were always there for me. I have a father." I understood that my father was there always for me. But this experience, this childhood experience, made me disconnect from my dad and start feel like I cannot trust him. while I had such an incredible father who would have done anything for me, right? But I didn't know that. And now with this realization from this Chiric Sanango, I was crying, and I improved my relationship with my father beyond belief. While in my life I never felt proud or never could feel proud of my father. You know, another thing I didn't like about my father was that he didn't have the aggression. And basically this is what I have inherited from him, you know, not being able to fend for myself. Although my dad was always a strong man and remarkable being, but he also didn't have this aggression, and therefore people would misuse him. And sometimes I would see how it is, and I became the same. So I had this anger in me against him, unconscious anger in me, you know. But after this Chiric Sanango experience, I understood, and I healed my relationship with my dad, and it brought my connection with my father, and it made my connection with my own masculinity, my own man in me. Interestingly enough, at the same time, my ex-wife was already pregnant with my son, and all of this experience made me connect with my son as a father, made me become a father as well, made me become a badass father with monsters integrated. So this is the story. This is the story of my first Chiric. Not the end of it. You know what? I did this Chiric Sanango dieta to heal my bones, to heal my rheumatism arthritis, juvenile rheumatism arthritis. And you know what? I healed. After this dieta, I never had pain in my bones again. 11 years had passed by. And you know what? Also, after this experience, which healed my bones, healed my knees. I couldn't train my legs. I always liked weightlifting, training my body, you know, muscles. But I never could train my legs because of my knees, because of this bone issue. It would be just too hurting. I healed myself, or Chiric Sanango healed me. I started training legs. In 1 year, I was competing, deadlifting, squatting. For me, this is a miracle. When in the past I could barely stand up from a chair because my knees would hurt, and my knees would, when I would extend my knee, it would like make crack, crack, crack. It healed that. There is no crack, crack, crack now on my knees. My knees became strong to the point that I'm competing, deadlifting 200 kilos, squatting, I don't remember how much, 150 maybe. This for me is a miracle. This for me is a miracle, and Chiric Sanango te cura o te mata. This is the story. This is the first diet of this powerful plant I have done 11 years ago. It was so powerful. It had literally changed my life, as you see. From a sissy boy, girly boy, I became a freaking commando. Healed my relationship with my father, with myself, with the man in me. Made me see the life in a different way. Made me behave in a different way. The change it made in me is huge. Is huge. This was